Hey, it's Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling with Platinum. First is Raw. I'm recording this right after the show, January 25th. 2021. This is a go-home show for Royal Rumble. And boy, that last segment, I will give it to them. They are committing to a bit. We're at the Thunderdome, St. Petersburg, Florida, Tropicana Field. Samoa Joe's there, Byron Saxton is there, Tom Phillips is there, and they're getting a little better at selling ridiculous stuff. It doesn't really work, but they've figured out how to each have a different take on the truly like out there supernatural stuff. And I think they've come to about as good an impasse as you can calling that kind of shit. We got Drew McIntyre coming to the ring. You know, they make a big deal about, how he had COVID. He hits the ring, pyro goes off, and talks about Goldberg. And Drew's going to remain the champ and all this kind of stuff. Miz and Morrison come out. They taunt Drew over the match. They speculate that here Goldberg may wind up injured before the end of the match. I'm not feeling talking about that. It's just, I get that they're heels. I don't think it's a good idea to talk about people getting injured on stuff. It doesn't make anybody look good, and it feels like bad juju, and it doesn't serve a discernible purpose. Nobody is going to watch this match that wouldn't have otherwise because Miz or Morrison joke about one of them getting hurt. I just think it's in bad taste, and it doesn't have a discernibly good effect on what they're trying to accomplish. Miz says he's going to cash in that money in the bank. Out comes Goldberg. Miz and Morrison watch from the apron. Goldberg tells Drew he's next on Sunday. Drew grabs Miz while Miz and Morrison are running their mouths from the apron. Why would they stand on the apron? It doesn't make any fucking sense at all. Goldberg yanks Morrison into the ring. Goldberg drops Miz with a spear, and Drew hits Morrison with a claymore. Then of course, Drew and Goldberg face off again, raises the title in the air. Goldberg marches up the ramp and tosses the money in the bank briefcase out of the ring. Our main event's going to be Asuka defending the Raw Women's title against Alexa Bliss. They keep tipping the hand that Alexa Bliss is not going to win, which is something they do throughout the night, because they keep saying, because Alexa Bliss is going to be in that Royal Rumble, Alexa Bliss, and they even said it during the match, even at the point where Alexa Bliss looked like she was going to win the damn thing. What the fuck? These kind of details are not small details, and these kind of details, these aren't mistakes that happen in the service of attempting to draw eyeballs or money. They're just stupid mistakes. And why are these things not being caught? It's driving me nuts. We're back from the break. So we didn't have a single solitary match of any kind. We're back from the break, and Charlotte Flair's with Charlie. Talks about performing well under pressure in regards to Shayna Baszler. She's going to defend the tag titles with Asuka this weekend and entering the Women's Rumble. Flair's asked about her father. She's aware of what Evans is trying to do, I guess, but she's not worried. She's focused on Baszler. Okay. Charlotte Flair and Shayna Baszler. Jax breaks up the match, basically, so Charlotte Flair wins by DQ and Shayna Baszler doesn't have to do the job to the figure 8. They both beat her up. Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose makes the save. Flair goes to join and help against Baszler and Jax, but Lacey Evans attacks Flair from behind, and the 6 women brawl until they go to commercial. And so now we come back and we're having a six-person tag. Charlotte Flair, Mandy Rose, and Dana Brooke against Lacey Evans, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler. This match goes a little longer. A really weird finish where Flair is about to bring Baszler back in the ring. But Baszler doesn't beat the 10 count, so she gets counted out. Again, what the fuck is going on, guys? Charlotte Flair, Dana Brooke, and Mandy Rose win by countouts. The winners regroup in the ring and stand tall, and Evans yells at the referee about how to count. What? Riddle competes against the Hurt Business in a gauntlet match to earn a United States title shot. We're going to have Sheamus against John Morrison. They're finally announcing this card. Alexa Bliss challenges Asuka for the Raw Women's title. And then we go to commercial. These transitions to commercial are much better. I will give them that. They're learning. They're listening. Somebody's listening, and they're learning. And it's much better. Much better. So we're back from the break, and the 6-woman match is underway once again. They show us that Adam Pearce came out for the stage during the commercial because they were complaining about the finish, and so Pearce orders the referee to restart the match. Not a bad way to sort of extend. They got 3 hours of stuff to fill, and they're getting maximum mileage out of this whole thing. I'll give that to them. Again, different ways of thinking, and it's definitely interesting. At the end of it, though, Jax grabs Brooke for a power bomb, turns it into a choke slam, which is actually kind of a cool little deal, and then follows up with the pin. So the winners are now Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Lacey Evans. So their complaining pays off, right, is the long and short of it. So now the heels got their hands up. So we see how Mace defeated Xavier Woods, last week. And then Ali did a post-show interview where he did a get well soon taunt to Kofi Kingston. Ali is continuing to yell and complain, apparently, how Kofi stole his WrestleMania 35 moment a few years ago. So now we got Slapjack! Slapjack, 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 Slapjack. I am the president of the Slapjack fan club, and he's wrestling against Xavier Woods. So Slapjack hits the ring. He's got Retribution with him. We go to commercial. We come back. Slapjack's waiting in the corner. Xavier Woods by himself. Woods is all business, though, which I like. A good match. It's slappy, boy. How's it not going to be? Slapjack Woods gets distracted. Slapjack rolls him up, but Woods counters with a Shining Wizard out of nowhere for the pin. Yeah, Xavier Woods, sucker. Ali and Retribution beat up Woods. Right when he's going to crack him with the chair, though, instead he sits in the chair and he explains to him that Ali is going to take Kofi's place in the Royal Rumble and get his moment. Riddle is walking backstage. He stops at R-Truth. I groan silently. Truth thinks the Hurt Business is going to throw him a surprise party and all this kind of stuff. And carrots and the diamond and carrots. Yeah. So we go to commercial. Hurt Business, VIP Lounge. They're all there, the Hurt Business, that is. They're talking about the Royal Rumble after party. Lashley, they collected some outstanding debts as a token of appreciation to MVP. So MVP gets presented with a gold chain that says THB in diamonds for the Hurt Business. That's nice. MVP puts on the chain and says Hurt Business is in business. And he's really taken with the gift, which is nice. Cedric takes credit for working with the chain designer. It's 24 karat gold. Shelton's about to call him out for this, but here comes R-Truth, rapping his theme. MVP's mad, wants him to cut the music, of course. All this chaos happens. Drew Gulak and Tucker. Who else is there? I'm looking at my notes. Kira Tozawa and Humberto come running down. Truth retreats. Tucker rolls Truth up, but the pin is broken by Carrillo as Hurt Business attacks everyone. Riddle kicks MVP, and his music hits. Riddle's going to run that gauntlet. And again, half the show to promote the other half of the show, guys. Ugh. And Asuka against Alexa Bliss. R-Truth is... oh, by the way, we're going to get an update from Edge tonight. I assume it's going to be that he's going to come back at the Royal Rumble. That's cool. I hope that's the case. R-Truth is backstage hiding from the Hurt Business. Adam Pearce approaches. Truth wants in the Money in the Bank match. What? No, he wants a Royal Rumble match. Why did I write that in my notes? AJ Styles and almost walk up. As AJ corrects Truth, saying no, he wants a spot in the Royal Rumble match, and AJ wants to help him prove he's worthy. So Truth talks his usual nonsense to AJ, and AJ and almost walk off. Okay. So we see what happened in the opening segment, and the announcers hype Goldberg versus McIntyre for the WWE title. We get Sheamus against John Morrison. Long story short, we know who's going to win this, right? Sheamus, and he wins with the white noise, which is good. Got to make that move, pin somebody sometime, I guess. Miz immediately takes the mic, tells him he got to fight in a handicap match right now. Sheamus accepts. Okay. Boy, they're stretching their talent tonight, are they not? Miz and John Morrison against Sheamus. Long story short, Miz and John Morrison win. So that's our theme tonight. Somebody beats somebody, but then somebody loses to somebody. Okay. Lacey Evans is back there with Ric Flair. Shit's embarrassing. I'm just not even going to go into it. It's beneath Ric Flair. It's beneath all of us. AJ Styles against R-Truth. Long story short, we knew what this was going to be. AJ Styles wins. I assume he does not win the 24/7 title. Why the fuck would he want that? That's when you know something's valuable, when you don't even consider wanting to have a title. Asuka's backstage warming up. Back to commercial. We get... We'll look at the promo from last week from the masked Randy Orton. Bliss talking to an invisible person. Says something about a shiny new toy. Can't wait for those memes, perverts. And long story short, Bliss cuts the promo. It is what it is. Gauntlet match, Riddle against the Hurt Business. Guess what? Do you think Riddle beats 3 different people in the Hurt Business to earn the title shot, or no? What's the only choice that matters? Of course he does it. Yay. Moving on. What do I think of that? I mean, they're trying different stuff tonight. That is clear. They're trying edgier stuff. They're trying more brutal stuff. They're trying man-on-woman violence stuff, sex stuff. If USA, it's true that USA wanted them to up the adult content, and they wanted to come up with different finishes and different ways to do things. They're doing it. So in that sense, it's good. But the stuff they're coming up with is bad. I mean, is it good for the Hurt Business to get pinned one after another to set up Riddle against Lashley? Well, they have to, because they've never made Riddle look great. So they have to do everything in a sort of a hot shot feel. That's what the show is. It feels like a lot of hot shotting. We'll see if they can keep it up. It is a go-home show, and it is what it is. So we get a promo from Edge. It's pre-recorded. He says he's going to be back. He cuts a really good promo, and he's going to be back at the Rumble. Nice. Good to see that. Asuka is backstage walking to the ring. Nothing says its main event's coming like we use that one time we do the backstage walking thing. And I've said before, I'll allow it once a show, and they've chosen to do it on NXT and SmackDown and Raw. Now it only takes place generally before the main event. That is what it is, and it's a convention that works. So we got Alexa Bliss versus Asuka. Long story short, Alexa Bliss gets beat up. Girly Alexa Bliss gets beat up. Then becomes Goddess Alexa Bliss and looks scared and confused. and then becomes Fiend Alexa Bliss, and she's dominating, and then Randy Orton hits her with an RKO. And people seem really excited about that online. Such is life.